Hi, you're listening to Phil DeBella, and this is FlashCast by PDB. Today we tackle opinions. Yes, those beautiful word of opinions. Everyone's got one, right? Well, we can go one step further and say that they're just like backsides. You know that saying, opinions are just like a-holes. Everyone's got one. Doesn't mean everyone needs to listen to it. Well, or as Marcus Aurelius says, and as I've mentioned before, I like a little bit of stoicism. So Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics, says everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not always the truth. Now remember, people will always talk. They always have. They always will. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter how you behave, walk, dress. They don't care. Everyone's going to have an opinion. It's their perspective. But their opinion, their perspective is theirs. It's not yours. It's where self-confidence comes in. Being the best you can be, not the best somebody else wants you to be. Be the best you want to be, not the best that someone else wants you to be. But it doesn't matter what people think of you. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how they feel. At the end of the day, we come alone, we go alone. Morbid, maybe. The truth. We are who we are. Our mission in life should be the best we can be, whatever that means to you. What purpose do you want to achieve? What do you want to be known for when you are no longer here? What do you want somebody to say in your eulogy when you pass away? That's what really matters. The only opinion that matters, because that opinion is then personalized to yourself. It's no one else's thoughts or perception without you having an influence. And many times we get caught up in what people think. And of course, it's hard not to get disheartened when other people want to hurt you, when they want to say bad things about you. And often it comes from a place of them dragging you down to make themselves look good. Maybe sometimes it doesn't. Maybe there's a bigger reason. But at the end of the day, what comes down to is your mindset, how you deal with it. Of course, it's important to take the high road. And sometimes we might want to listen to the opinions of others. We might want to lay them down, address them, tear them apart, have a look at it, assess them, analyze them. Is there any truth in them? Is something that somebody's saying valid? Does it have validity? Can I be better? But at the end of the day, whether you choose to take it on board or not take it on board is for yourself. Just do it for the right reasons. Take it from the right people around you. Now let me give you a few little tips on my concepts and beliefs around opinions. Number one, people will always find someone or something to talk about. History shows us. People have always found someone to talk about. It's what people do best. They gang up on people. They talk about people. They assess situations. And it doesn't matter how good or bad. They always look at situations and say, this person is too skinny, too fat, too bald, too hairy, the colors, this, that, whatever it is. They're always going to find someone to talk about. We don't live in a perfect world. So does it matter? No. Number two, your self-worth isn't defined by what others think of you. Someone giving you an approval rating does not define what your self-worth is. No matter what they say about you, it's all about what you think, how you feel about yourself. If you think there's something to fix, fix it. If you think there's something to change, change it. I recently lost a whole heap of weight and I didn't do it because people thought I was fat, ugly, whatever it is. I did it because it was time for me to be the best version of myself, to be as healthy as I could possibly be. That's what I did. That's why I did it. It wasn't about people's opinions. It wasn't because of my self-worth was defined by them. It's because my self-worth was all about it's now time to be healthy. Number three, they don't know your journey. They don't know where you've been. They don't know where you've come from. They don't know where you're going. Hey, we don't know where we're going sometimes. So how were they going to know? So why would we worry about the opinions? They don't know your journey. They don't know where you've been. You know that saying? You've got to walk many years in somebody's shoes before you actually know what they've been through. Understand that. They get their perception, their idea, their opinion obviously comes, a lot of times just comes from one visual perspective, from a lack of data, from the inability to analyze. Do you really want to hang your hat on that? No. Number four, trust your intuition. Trust who you are. Who are you deep down? Know yourself. The most successful people in the world know themselves. They're constantly working on themselves. They know what their faults are. They don't need somebody else to tell them. I constantly say, you might think I'm difficult on you, but I'm a lot more difficult on myself than I am on you. I can tell you my faults before I can tell anybody else's faults. That ensures that I'm not an opinionated little prick, is the fact that I actually assess myself and look at myself before I look at anybody else. I'm harder on myself than I am on anybody else. Number 5, I know that I'm never going to please everyone. And you know what? It's not my position or job to do so. I'm not going to please everyone. I can't even please myself all the time, let alone go and please somebody else. It's going to be impossible to please everyone. There's always going to be somebody that's upset, somebody that's not happy. In here, I say, are you doing the best that you can at the time that it's happening with the resources that you have? And if you can answer that, then you're doing a great thing. Number 6, what's good for someone else doesn't mean it's going to be good for you. Just because we see other people and our perception might be that it's great for them doesn't mean it's going to be great for us. We're all different. We're different beings. That's the most beautiful thing about life, is that everyone is different. We're the product of different experiences, different upbringings, different values and beliefs. We eat different food, drive different cars, live in different houses. Difference is good. So therefore, why do we believe that what's good for somebody else might not be good for us, is going to be good for us? Because it might not be. Understand yourself, know yourself. Don't judge yourself according to others. Number 7, because taking the high road is always a better choice. Why the high road? Well, water doesn't rest on the high road. It floods the low road. God put us all here on earth to thrive. If you believe in God, which I do, some might not. That's okay. We're here to thrive. We're not here to survive. Human beings are made to thrive. We're here to be the best that we can be. Take the high road. Make sure that you're always being the best that you can be, no matter what anyone else says or thinks about you. It's about you. It's about your mindset. It's about the best you want to be. But of course we know that the truth of the matter is that at times we will listen to people. What they say is going to affect us, and that's okay. Take it, absorb it, analyze it, then move forward. Your life is your life. And I come back to how I started. One of the tips that I've always used is, what are people going to say about me at my eulogy? And I'm not going to be the most liked person. I'm not going to be the person that they say was always nice and wonderful and fantastic to people, but they will say that I was authentic. They will say that I was generous. They will say that I was in service to people. They will say that I believed in people. They will believe that I loved measuring life in moments, that I shared great wine, great food, great experiences with people. This is what I love. They'll say that I loved having people around me to enjoy great moments and create amazing moments. Hey, they'll even say that I was brash, in your face, opinionated, but it wasn't opinions. It was my perspective, my thoughts that I only shared if someone was willing to listen to it. Because for the moment that someone didn't want to listen to it, I would not share it. But more importantly, a key word, and this is how I'm going to finish, is intent. My intention was never to drag somebody else down, to put myself on a pedestal. And that to me is the number one downfall of an opinionated person, is the moment that their intention is to drag somebody down to lift themselves. And that has never been my intention and never will. You've been listening to Phil DeBella. This is FlashCast by PDB. Till next time, be the best you can be. And remember that somebody else's opinion doesn't matter to you. It's what you think about you that matters.